Hey guys, how you doing? This is Mao. The reason that I'm decided to do this video is because the fact that some of you guys have considered to go and move into an M6 system with a Leica, and I just want to give you some of the feedback that I've been dealing with this system, specifically the M6. And I moved from Canon into Leica mainly because of the weight, and also because of the reference that I have through the internet that the lenses are excellent, which they are. The issue for me was that when I got into the M3 is that it's restricted for two things. And that was, I'm gonna be the perfect photographer in judging light conditions. See, the M3 does not have a light meter built into it, as some of you guys know. And the issue is that you can put a light meter outside and keep looking at your light meter all the time. It gets distracted and you kind of, in my case, I was missing the idea of how to shoot the photograph while I was composing, and I keep having to go back and check the light meter. Then eventually I moved into a M4, which it was a good deal. This is the M3 and this is the M4. See, the M3, as I mentioned, doesn't have a light meter on top. So you gotta keep, looking at your light meter all the time to judge it. Unless you do the Sunny 16 and all that stuff. But I really didn't want to get too much involved into it. I ran into an M4, which is this one. And it gave me also frame lines for 35 millimeter. That way I don't have to add a lens and have the 35 millimeter lens built into it. But then I found out about the M6 and it had a lot of, it was supposed to be very famous. And I got one, which is this one. This is the M6. And I love the paint that they did on it because it was a LHA limited edition. See? But the situation with the M6, I started to deal with them. I saw some guys on YouTube and, they praise the M6. But it has a big problem for me. This camera right now in 2020 is about $3,500 to $4,000, in this condition. Obviously, you can find something cheaper and all that stuff, but I wanted to have one and just keep it. The issue with this camera is that, as you probably know, it has a finder. You got the two images, they come together. Well, it has a flare, and it's well known that these cameras have a flare. And I didn't really know. You hear it, you read it, and you think, oh, it has a flare or whatever. But the situation is that when you mount a lens on it and you try to put the two images together, you can only see one. And that's a big deal for me. So what was the solution? Well, there's an option to take this camera, send it to Leica, and they're gonna replace the finder, and you're talking about $1,000. You can send it through another third party, and it's a couple $100 on these your prices. But it just kind of made me feel that it wasn't worth it. And now you get a limited edition, and it's like, okay, so the guy, if I ever sell it, the guy's going to be questioning what's going on with the finder. But put on an MP finder for a Leica MP will be the solution. But the cost of the repair, as you've seen, $1,000 is $1,000. So what I decided to do is just trade it in. I had this camera for 1.5 years, and I just got done with it. As special as it is, I think that a tool, which really is a tool, has to be functioned perfectly. And wanted to run this and just post this video for that simple reason. Because yes, the value of the cameras are increasing, and I'm training it in for an MP, which I've been waiting for a couple of years already. Hopefully next week I'll have it. An MP right now in the United States is $5,200, $5,295, I believe. So it's a lot of money for just that film camera. But I think that the system for me has been perfect. I love the lenses. They're very small, very compact. It's not hurting my back anymore. But the situation with these M3, with the M6, I'm sorry, is a problem. So just wanted to let you know what's going on with these cameras because they keep going up in price. And I've seen that the used models, some of them, they come with an MP finder. And what it means is that issue and that problem has been corrected. So grain of salt and just some information about these cameras. They're wonderful cameras, but at the same time, spending $3,500, $4,000 in a camera like this, and you will be missing some of the pictures of when you are at the moment that you're concentrated, shooting your work, and then suddenly you can't see. To me, it's worthless. And yes, there are options you can use as hyperfocal, and then if you don't know what that is, that's a solution, but I think it's just a lame solution in my case, in my point of view. You grab the lens and you adjust it to the distance that you're going to be shooting. Let's say you say, okay, well, I'm going to be shooting at 1 meter. And yeah, you don't need the finder, but critical focus, eyes, portrait, I just don't see the point. So just want to let you guys know, but if you want to save some money, consider that if the finder is an MP, it will be a good choice for you, in my opinion. But if it doesn't have it, that's the cost it's going to be for you. Rather, like I said, I'm just going to trade it in for an MP that I waited for 3 years, and that's what I'm going for. So I hope this video helped you guys. If you have any comments, I'm glad to, you post it on the bottom of the video and let me know what you think. Okay? All right. It's been Mao. It's been a pleasure to talk to you guys. See you later.